Alright, switching over. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me on this April Fool's afternoon. I am your host, John, and hi, welcome to the stream. It's not a Pony Guesser stream, it's more of a impromptu updates or just I guess a discussion live stream. But essentially, I'm gonna wait to let more people come in if they do come. But essentially what's going on in today's stream is just like I want to talk about stuff that I plan on doing with the channel, want to give my gratitude for all the people joining in. But yeah, so have what day is today? Today's April Fool's. Yeah. So yeah. Basically, over the past few months, there's been some changes in the channel. Being one of them is that I've started doing more Pony Guesser on YouTube, and I started doing live streams, of course. And with that, there's been a more of an influx of viewers coming in. And another big one, of course, happens to be the Equestria Daily article on my video, Life After My Little Pony, which has had a huge influx of viewers and subscribers coming in. So, thank you for all you people coming in for that. It's cool to have you see a project that I worked on and put a lot of my heart into it, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, like during a live stream, if you have like any questions at all that you've ever wanted to know about me, that's what this is for. Yeah, you can do Q&A here, so while I give any updates for the channel, there you go. But start out with, how's everybody doing today? Is it good? Is April Fool's been fun? Have you been fooled? And so forth. Music is still going, I assume. Yeah, so one of the things I guess to do for updates is just to tell you about how things are working out on the channel on YouTube. If you're new to the channel and you don't really know what I do on YouTube, I basically just upload whatever I feel like. I may actually go to my channel real quick and show you what that means. Because like looking at my description, it basically says this is where my videos are stored. That's the main goal of this channel, is just to upload videos that I create. I know that I tend to center my channel towards themes of My Little Pony or doing podcasts, but really I just upload stuff here. I don't do this because I have a purpose to want to do this. I'm just like, okay, I feel like making this video, I feel like doing this thing, I'm just gonna upload this on this channel here. But luckily for a lot of you people, sometimes the stuff I upload interests you enough to watch it, like Pony Guesser, or even the documentary that I made. And it's lots of fun sometimes. Let me switch over. But yeah. But like, not only that, let me change this camera angle over here. Yeah, because like, not only that, I also have a secondary channel. Like, so this is my main channel here, the one that you typically see me upload videos. See, looks like that. But I also have a secondary channel called Haven of Hope, where I spend the most time recently uploading and creating content for. So I have reactions to Generation 1 of My Little Pony. So, if you didn't know that I've been reacting to Generation 1, there you go. Take a look at that. I'm almost done with Generation 1. I have a few months of uploads there. So, if you're ever curious about checking out Generation 1 or my thoughts of that generation, go and check it out there. Because if you're ever wondering why there's a lack of uploads that I have on my main channel, where it's a bit more sporadic, where I might upload once a week, or sometimes I'm uploading like once every couple weeks or just once a month. That's how sporadic sometimes my uploads could be. But I do want to try and be more consistent with like uploading more often on this main channel if I have ideas to do. And don't worry, I do have ideas that I plan on working on for that channel. But other stuff that you might like want to keep track of, in case you're ever curious, is that I also do a lot of stuff on Letterboxd. I tend to watch a lot of films. Just looking at over here, so far in these past 3 months, I have watched almost 180 films, which is ridiculous. It is a lot. My goodness. I'm almost embarrassed by that amount, but I'm also kind of proud of that. But yeah, if you're ever curious what my basic thoughts about some films are, you can check it out there. I so far have watched this many films. How many entries have I have? I don't really know. I'm sure you can find out. But not only do I have a place for reviewing films, I also have a place for reviewing TV shows. This is serialized. It's kind of like Letterboxd, but for TV shows and not as well maintained. But you can see shows that I'm currently watching. You can see my reviews to some shows that I do watch. If you're curious what my thoughts are or what my favorite TV shows are, look at that. That's what it is. I have spent a lot of my life watching TV shows, as you can see here, with how many episodes I've watched, and that's not even including rewatches, so there's definitely a lot more there to see. But yeah, there's also, again, the Patreon Binging Barbie podcast, you know, because I do podcast name in brackets. It's my podcast for this main channel where me and a friend just talk about stuff. But sometimes we'll do stuff like this, where we talk about our top 5 movies of a year. So, we have top 5 of 2023. If you're curious about my thoughts of that year, you can check that out. And coming out, here's an update for later this year. Coming out later this year, we're going to start doing a monthly podcast episode where we're going to talking about the top 5 films of the 2000s. So, starting in, I believe, September, there's going to be an episode of Top 5 Films of Year 2000, and then every month there's going to be a new year leading up to where we're caught up, where we started doing this podcast in 2015. But yes, we also have the Binging Barbie podcast. We started this podcast in preparation for the Barbie film, the Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie Barbie film, the live-action film, and so we started watching all the Barbie animated films in preparation of it, and we have done a podcast on all those films. So you can check that out at your own discretion. We may or may not like the films that you like. So there's that. But I only have uploaded the Barbie films on YouTube. If you want to watch all the other stuff, you can find us on Spotify. Again, there's the Patreon link that should be available on almost every description that I can able to do recently. So check that out if you're curious at all. Because on Patreon, I also, again, talk about stuff like I do in Letterboxd, but like in more of a video diary format. So that's a fun thing to do. That's one thing I plan to do coming up in the future, but there's also, let me switch back to the webcam, but there's also, I guess, other stuff that I plan on doing. I do plan to continue doing the whole Ponycaster live streams. I think I'm going to be doing that every Saturday, so if you like those streams, come check me out Saturday mornings. That's when I do it. Lets me do more stuff weekly for this channel, because another thing that I'm going to be doing that's going to be taking time away from creating new content is something... I do try to do that. Try to link the other channels in the descriptions. Not all of them do that, but I do have to go through the process. But I at least recently try to always emphasize the Binging Barbie podcast. But again, if you want to find the links, you can always just go to the main channel, look at my About tab, and there you have most of the links that you can find. So, yes, I will attempt to put more links in places. So, don't worry about that. Yeah, I also have another thing that I need to talk about, because I have that secondary channel where I react to shows. Let me go back to the other place. Let me fix my cam. But over the years, I've done more reactions, because, like, okay, going back to the secondary channel, I started reacting to the MLP show with Season 6, so from Season 6 to 9, I did those reactions, and I also have reactions to Generation 1. That's what I'm currently doing. But, in case you didn't know, like, a few years ago, so looking here about 4 years ago, I also started doing reactions to different shows, like Batman, DC shows, 2012 Ninja Turtles, Dan Versus, and I had redirected those reactions to a different website, because copyright was a whole thing to deal with. But all of my videos on that secondary website have been blocked. They've been blocked for a couple years now. Hi, welcome to the stream. They've been blocked for a couple years now, so I haven't really had the time to be able to re-upload them. And so one of my updates and one of my goals to work on is to get all of those reactions re-uploaded. But it's not just a simple process of taking the footage that I already have and uploading it. I have to comply with fair use standards and edit down those reactions to just have highlight reels of the episodes instead of just showing the full reaction. And so that's going to take some time. There's over 100 videos of reactions that I did during that time we're watching those shows. And so if you're wondering, like, why I'm not always uploading stuff on this channel, it's because I'm editing through those reactions in preparations to re-upload them to the Haven of Hope channel. So that's the big one that I wanted to talk about in this stream, about doing that. Another thing to talk about, I guess, is that I also, going back to the main channel, like, again, I mentioned this earlier where I talked about doing this video and having Life After My Little Pony, that little documentary thing, and how that went on Equestria Daily. And so, over the past few months, I've been considering working on a companion piece to that video, and I've been, like, working on script ideas and how to do it. I'm just, like, saying that here now. There's nothing concrete about what that video will be or what it will eventually be. But just to let you know, that is something to look forward to. And yes, it is pony related, so there you go. And also, if you have any Q&As for me while I'm discussing all this, go ahead and put in the chat and I'll get to that eventually. Yeah, but other than that, I also try and figure out other forms of content, because I don't only just make videos for an audience. I mainly make videos for Myself. That's really what I've been trying to do recently, is make videos that I myself could be happy with rewatching down the line. And so you might be noticing that my older videos don't really have a whole lot of different editing techniques put into them, but my more recent ones have a little bit more. And so you'll find different experimental videos like ranking the different Batmans, or my reading my bucket list from 10 years ago. I highly recommend you check that out because no one has. And it is quite fun. And so, do that at your own apparel. But yes, recently I just have these two things that I did, and I continue to do those videos and live stream. But yeah, I do have plans for other different types of videos for the future. I don't want to go into them quite yet in detail, but just as a heads up, if you're ever wondering what it is I do or if I have anything planned, yes, and when it comes out, you'll know what I'm doing. But yes, that is the main things that I'm currently working on. I think my next major project, though, involves DC. So, you might have seen that I did a thing where I ranked the different Batman videos. Well, imagine that, but like in a much larger scale. I have a 30-page script written for that. It's not yet done, it's just an early draft, but it's something that you should hopefully look forward to in later this year. So, thank you. Ow. Is it Ali or is it Ali? Or is it some other pronunciation? Thank you. I'm pretty sure that's the main set of things that I've been working on. But, yeah. Alright. Thinking through... That's the main updates. I will continue to do these types of videos like Pony Guesser. I will continue to do reactions to Generation 1s. And yes, I do plan to do Generation 2 after I've caught up with Generation 1. But before I do Generation 2, I will be working on re-uploading those old reaction videos. And that's just currently. Further down in the future, like years in the future, I will be doing other stuff, of course, that you may not be aware of. Okay, thank you. One of those things is that I'm not always going to be working on this channel forever. I don't know if I'll be continuing making content for 5 years, the next 5 years, or just the next 2 years. It's really working until I run out of ideas or steam, and that's really just how it is. Because what I've been mainly trying to work on in total is harnessing my different editing techniques, my different ways of producing videos, like sometimes writing a script, trying to find different ways of presentation, whether through live streaming, trying to do different lighting setups, or just recording in different ways. But eventually, and again, this is like way down the line, like years away from happening, my goal is to start a brand new channel with a very niche, very different and specific based content. And the question why won't I put that on my main channel here is because the content that I would be doing is contrasting and doesn't fit well with the overall image and appeal that I have already built in the main channel for the past 10 years. And so I'm not going to go into specifics for what that future endeavor will be. So, yeah, thank you, Lex. Yeah, I mean, I have done a lot of videos over the years. I want to say that 50% of those videos have only had about 1 view, so, I'm not too bothered by having less views, but yeah, thank you. I do always plan to try and continue to make channel for this video, because this channel has a close place in my heart, but this new endeavor that I will be doing eventually within the next few years is a big stepping stone for what I eventually want to do. And so this is just me experimenting, getting my crazy brain and creating content, and just having whatever footprint I have through this adolescent phase that I'm in as I move forward into other stuff. But yeah, that is the updates, that is the main goals, and now I open the floor for like any Q&A that you might have. Could be as simple as favorite foods, like why I did this one thing, why I did the other thing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope that the endeavor works well. Really, I don't care if it works well or not. I just want to do the best work that I can, essentially. That's really our goal, is just to do our best. And if I do my best, even if I don't succeed, I did my best, and that's what counts. I did something. Doing something is better than nothing, unless it's murder. That's a quote for you. You could quote that if you want. But yeah, that's essentially how it is. Alright, I'm gonna leave this open for like the next minutes, and then if there's no other topic that you would like me to discuss for today, then that should be it. So I think I covered everything. If I don't, oh well, there'll be whatever happens in the future. So, yeah. Thank you for the people that joined me into today's stream for so far. You know, get to hear what I have to say. I'm very appreciative for all those who have already joined me through the past month of just since the Equestria Daily upload, and then of course the streams that I've been working on with Boney Guesser, which those have been a lot of fun. It's been great trying to test out those skills. So, yeah. It's been a good week. It's been a fine week watching films. Yeah, recently the films that I've been watching, in case you're wondering, is I've been watching the classic Universal Monsters movies and Kurosawa films. I've been trying to watch those for the past month, and like they're really good, solid films. So yeah, I'm gonna get another half minute and then. Oh, which MLP season is my favorite? I think my favorite one to watch is... My favorite one that I did watch was Season 5. That's when I started watching this show weekly, and it just had everything that I wanted from the show. I mentioned this in the Life After My Little Pony video, but I had this list of things that I wanted the show to do, and it pretty much did that. Yeah, so a friend of mine sent my video over to Equestria Daily. We had discussed this about a month ago. I was like, oh, we were talking about how to advertise video and content, and he was like, John, you should really upload your stuff and promote it. And I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever. And I did consider submitting it to Equestria Daily when I uploaded the video originally, but at that point, that was almost a year ago, I wasn't really sure if I was going to continue doing YouTube at that point, because, you know, life does things here and there, and so I was thinking that I was going to be done with social media and just focus on just more career stuff. It didn't pan out that way, but, you know, the Equestria Daily article came at a really good time because I was, like, in the middle of working on Generation 1. I was in the middle of working through Ponygaster and other content like that, and so came at a good time. So thanks to you, Mo, for your advice, and thanks to the other guy for uploading it to Kestrel Daily. You know who you are. Yeah, so like I said, Season 5 is my favorite of the show, but I also have a soft spot for, like, Seasons 1 and 2. Like, the simplicity of those two seasons that aren't bogged down by trying to be more complex, just being the simple adventures of these characters, which are really fun, of course. So, who knows, maybe one day I will give the G1 treatment to Generation 4. But we'll see. Well, I think that will be it today, unless there's anything else for you to ask, but thank you for joining me today while I give this lovely little 30 minutes of discussion and thoughts about what I've been working on, what I plan to work on, and what my main goals for years down the line is with what I've been working on recently. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining me with the stream. Thank you for your thoughts and input. So, yeah, I will be streaming again on Saturday with more Ponygaster, if you want to join me for that. So, yeah, there you go. And, you know, you can always find my content in my other channels, my different social media platforms. Do I always make the best decisions and make the best content there? No, but I try. So, I think that's it for today. Thanks, everyone, and